I tried to turn down the sound and it like just went backwards. It's alright. Alright. It looks like the volume of the music is a little high. So just let me know if it's okay. Also, captions should be working now. But we have some stuff to do tonight. Not some stuff, it's actually a demo night tonight. And I'm very excited for it because I wrote like a little script thingy. Got me hooked on Pokerogue. I've been grinding all day. Oh, I had to stop playing for a bit because I was getting too hooked on it. I love Pokerogue. It's so much fun. It is so much fun, but it's too much fun. It's dangerous. Anyway, yeah, let me know if the music volume is okay. We are going to switch over to chatting, not showcase yet. Hope your weekend's been good. I spent the last 3 days just wanting tomorrow to be over. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that it doesn't go bad, whatever. Oh, it's the election. I'm corked. I literally have no brain cells. Yeah, okay, same. Your voice sounds so different. Wait, really? I might just be tired. Not like bad tired. Like, guys, after I finished, after I finished the Halloween stream, I went to bed and I slept for most of Saturday. Or God, it was Friday, wasn't it? I slept for most of Friday. I played web fishing with my friends. And then I slept through Saturday morning, and I worked on Leica's Comet, and then I slept again, and then we played web fishing again, and I worked on Leica's Comet, and then I slept again. And that's basically what I did this weekend. Is as I slept, I played web fishing, and I worked on Leica's Comet. We also got all of the Night in the Woods prints packaged. We sold out 3 times. You guys fully bought out my stock of Night in the Woods prints, because, you know, I have to order, like, in certain amounts of numbers, because there's like 145 members of the print club right now, and the numbers that you can order of the prints are like 100 or 250, so I always have like 100 prints left over, and you know, it's fine. Yeah, we sold out a 3rd time. So what happened is, every time I get new prints, I put 30 in stock on the store, so that we have some left in the inventory in case we go to events or anything. Or like if, you know, if someone gets damaged or something, like a print gets damaged. So I put the 30 up on the store, and I put my phone down, and I come back an hour and a half later, 30 out of stock. I'm like, okay, so clearly you guys like these prints. Well, I still have another 70 or so prints, so I'm like, we could put another 30 up, that's fine, that's not too risky. So I put another 30 up, I put the phone down for another 2 hours. I come back to the phone, 30 are out of stock. I'm getting ping DMs, hey, when are you coming back in stock with this print? And I was like, my brother in Christ, I literally posted this print today. I didn't expect to sell 60 copies of the print that I just put up, because I've never sold 60 copies of a print that I've just put up. The most I've ever sold was like 20. So I put another like 10 up because I wanted to keep some stock in case someone's gets damaged in the mail. But we're gonna have to order like another set of them so that people can get them, because people keep pinging me and they're like, when are these coming back in stock? And I was just like, well, I didn't know. I didn't know that this was gonna be interesting to people. Really, you can order another 100 and list it specifically as backward. That is true. OMG, hi chat, I'm new here. Welcome in, Mamma Mia. I bought it within not even getting 5 seconds of it being posted. I like I said, I promise I will restock it. I just want to... They actually don't take all that long to get here. They usually take like a week, so it's not so bad. Your art's goated though. What do you mean you weren't expecting it? Usually the algo kind of kills my merch. I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm so grateful for everyone that's part of the print club and everyone that like gets my stuff, because I feel like I like introduce concepts for merch and stuff, and then I post the actual merch and it's like crickets, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? This is like, does no one want it now? Is it ugly? But then the thing is, when people are like, oh, do you sell merch? Do you make stickers? They're like, his art is this fire? And I'm almost like, yeah, it's been here the whole time. To ask what print company you use? Absolutely you can. I just have to remember it because I forget things. I'm pretty sure it's, hold on. Okay, we use GotPrint. There are like 5 different printing services that all sound exactly the same, and it's like Imprint, Printify, MyPrint, something like that, but we use GotPrint, and every time I go to the site to purchase prints, I type the wrong one every single time without fail. It is pretty impressive, actually. Anyway, I will stop yapping as much. we are actually here for like a specific purpose tonight, and that is if I can get my folder. I'm going to teach you guys how to animate. Not like in-depth animation, because if you didn't know this, I am learning to animate myself. I went to school for 3D animation, and I sucked butt cheeks at it. I mean, I can animate with the 3D model, but I can't really make 3D models all that well. I also really didn't like it. That aside, though, I do love animation, and I've always wanted to animate. So ever since I graduated college, I have kind of avoided doing it, because I think one of my worst fears of trying something that I've always wanted to do, but never done, is that I would be really bad at it. And so I just didn't start, because it was less painful to not try than it was to like try and suck. But what made you pursue 3D in the first place? Homelessness. I got threatened to get kicked out by my parents if I didn't go to school for a STEM major, and that was the only thing I could find that was STEM and arts was computer graphics and coding, and it was not nice. I didn't enjoy it, not very much. And then I was homeless anyway, so like it all came around for full circle. They kicked me out anyway because I was transgender, so yeah, you can't win. I was gonna say exactly. It's kind of it's a little ironic. It's a little bit funny, but that's beside the point. That's all the past. And now I draw furries for a living, so I would say I won in the end. But the whole wraparound point here is that after avoiding animation for the longest time, I finally was like, you know what, fuck it. I don't want to pay money to have someone do my emotes and assets for me. I'm too picky. I want to do it myself. So even if they're bad, and even if I have to redo them like 6 times, at the very least, it will be done by me, so I will have them done the way I want them done. And in doing so, I learned how to animate, which I think is really funny, that like all it took was being just a little stingy and streaming that got me to do the thing that I was scared to do for years. And also importantly, and I tell this to everyone trying something new, it was that I let myself be silly. I wasn't scared. I wasn't perfectionist about it. I was kind of just like, you know what? They're meant to be silly, so it's fine if they kind of suck. And I think that lack of pressure and the excitement to try this new thing was what finally got me to do it. So if you're like me and you want to animate, but you're scared to animate because you're not scared it won't be good enough, I will tell you right now, it's always better to do something kind of goofy just for fun, to learn something new, than it is to avoid it because you're scared it doesn't deserve to be made. That's the whole lesson, but actually there is a lot more to it than that. I will say this is going to be a pretty simple breakdown though, because Clip Studio Paint is really not that scary as an animation program. Which brings me into my next point, which is it's our disclaimers, which I have to hide. Hold on, my disclaimers. The very first of which, this is a tutorial for beginners. Oh, Thanimator, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. Hold on, I will repeat that. But thank you so much for the sub. I wanted to say that. Oh, sorry. Let me repeat. The disclaimers for this before I go into it, because and the disclaimers here are less for you guys and more for the future of YouTube comments, because I posted my first YouTube art tutorial and I was getting them, so now I'm like, all right, clearly I need to have this small little segment in the beginning for Andy to leave in so that the YouTube commenters do not get me. So here's the first point. This is a tutorial for beginners. This is for the people that are scared to start animating because they've not animated anything before, other than maybe like you did a flip note in your post-it note things, or you drew a little guy running around at the bottom of your like notebook in school. Even if you haven't done that, this is for you. And if there are any animation pros in the comments that are going to be like, oh, if you do this, this, and this, I appreciate the advice, just please be nice. I'm also starting out, so I'm just trying to help other people make the first jump, which is the scariest part, and then we can keep moving forward. But this is just to get you guys started and show you how I figured out how to do it. And the next point is related to the first. A lot of people I see yelling at others for using Clip Studio Paint because they're like, just use an animation program. I like Clip Studio Paint because it's very simple and it's very illustrator friendly, and I am stupid. I'm actually not stupid. I actually like do a lot of things, but I am autistic and I get overwhelmed by things that are very sensory, like there's a lot going on, and Clip Studio Paint doesn't have that. It's very, very straightforward. Oh, Toffee the cat, thank you for the sub. And also, Kylo Cat says, I love Clip Studio Paint, but have struggled a lot with animation tools. Also, greetings, everyone. That's... Oh, Mapleborg, thank you for the sub. Oh my gosh, thanks, guys. I can't believe we're already at a hype train. We've only been live for minutes. Animation programs can be very tricky to utilize and access speed. That's exactly what that's why I'm doing the tutorial in this. So for future... Thank you, honey. I got petted. My boyfriend petted me. Very convenient timing. I was thinking of doing an animation. This will be perfect then, because you can follow along. I'm going to go slow enough so that you guys can follow along if you want, but if not, you could just watch and take notes for later. You can't call yourself Dupid, the pact with Lemmy. This is true. Change your tags, King. Stop. What are the tags? Nar, not charity. Okay, hold on. Animation, animating, art. Yeah, that's good. Tags. Updated. We're doing so well so far, guys. What if I draw one bad line and then give up? That's okay. You can always try again tomorrow, or you could take a step back and try again in a few minutes. That's like 90% of art, I promise. So yeah, that's the last part of the Clip Studio Paint thing, is just that I like Clip Studio Paint because it's simple, it's very beginner friendly. This doesn't have to be the end of your journey as an animator. If you want to use something else, please do. But this is just for everyone that's starting out and uses Clip Studio Paint too. Oh my gosh, whoa, 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 what's happening? What's happening? King Fluffy, welcome in, thank you. And also Dainty Neku, thank you for the sub. So glad you're doing the tutorial in Clip Studio Paint, because I've animated with it a couple times, and I literally cried and tore my hair out to try to figure everything out. It's very straightforward. Do you have these tutorial streams for VOD or something similar? Oh, do you save these tutorial streams? Yeah, if you were curious, I actually have a VOD channel on YouTube. I have a main channel that gets things edited down into nice little bite-sized segments, and that's just 4-Leaf Island. But if you want to watch the entire VOD in all of its messy glory, here you go. It's 4-Leaf VODs. Also, holy moly, everyone's subbing. Taikotsu, thank you for the sub. And Toasty Chai, thank you for the sub. Holy crap. Can I finally learn how to make animated emotes? You can! That's what this whole tutorial is about, and it's awesome. It's really, really easy, guys. Look, you can make stuff like this. Woo! Jingle keys, stay in here and you can learn how to make things. You can make you could do it for your Discord server. You could do it for a PNG tuber. You could do a GIF for like an announcement for whatever you want to do. There's endless potential with making animations. You can do it just to have a GIF of you throwing your friends at the screen. I made that for fun. There's so much you can do with animation. So the last bullet is pretty straightforward. I am a beginner. I am aware many of you are probably also beginners. And if you're not, please be nice. It's not hard. Like, we all start art somewhere, and I want to make sure that this is an environment where everyone can, I don't know, like, not be professional artists. I hate to say it, but you don't become a professional by just being born one. You become one by learning and trying new things. And so when you try new things, it's hard sometimes. That's all I wanted to say. Whoa! Wait, what's happening? I keep looking over and there's more subs. Hello? Hello? SpongeBob, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the gifted sub. And also Notlet, thank you for the sub. Whoa. Jiggle, pay attention. Sorry, that's all I had to say. That's all my disclaimers that I had to give. And like I said, that is not even really for you guys. That's for the future of the YouTube commenters who scare me a little bit, because what I will say, I got so many nice comments on that cell shading tutorial. Like, literally, I had tears in my eyes reading some of them. My boyfriend keeps using the pet. He wants everyone, thank you for petting me. Thank you. What if I simply can't draw? That's a myth. Everyone can draw. You don't even have to draw good to animate. Animation is not about drawing well. It's about making people... It's about lying. Animation is about lying to people. You need to make people convinced that something is moving, and you do not have to draw well to make something look like it's moving. And I'm going to show you how simple it is. Animators are lying to you. Animation is hard, but it's also easy. Just glad I got the bits thing working. Yeah, I also made sure that it lined up with where I placed everything in this. So if you guys would be so niceys, I'm going to switch over to drawing. And the first thing that we're going to do, are you guys in ads or are you free? Like, because I can't see right now who is in ads or not, and I don't want to start like the important parts of the tutorial if people are in ads. That's what I've been saying. I'm always happy to be niceies. You guys are always nice. I didn't know Critter had a smiley, 3 smiley face in the breakdance emote. Yeah. No ads right now? Perfect. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. I wanted to be sure because this is like the first and probably the more important part of the tutorial. Okay, so when you're in Clip Studio Paint, you know how you have that little bar on the top of your screen that has like File, Edit, Animation, Layer, Select, View, Filter, Window, etc. The first thing that you're gonna go do is go to Window and click down. After you click Window, you're gonna go to Timeline, and it'll make your timeline pop up. So when you do these two things, you then get to this screen. You have a timeline, and this is where all of our work for tonight is going to happen. There's Rig 2D puppet animation if you're interested, but don't like drawing, and 3D too, of course. Yeah, this is exactly right. This is totally right. And are you going to upload this to YouTube or something as well? Yes, we're going to upload the full VOD to the YouTube, the 4-Leaf VODs channel, and we're going to do an edited video to the 4-Leaf Island main channel. Already scary? If there's any questions, ask them now, and I will repeat happily. Is everyone, if you're following around, are you on this step? Do you have a timeline up? You can also make the timeline pop up by clicking 2 arrows on the bottom of the screen if you have that enabled. I don't think I have that enabled, but thank you. I will have to check that out. Down to, that was Batida de Coco. Thank you. I did not know that. Shitting myself already? Alright. I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. Will this apply to clips? Yes, I'm going to do a 1-second animation. So something really important to understand about the 2 different clip studios. I don't really remember which one is which, but it's the less expensive and the more expensive. In the less expensive one, you only get 1 second of animation. However, almost every PNG tuber, looping GIF, or emote can be animated in 1 second. If you're gonna do like a YouTube video, you probably should upgrade at some point, but for tonight, since we're just doing like emotes and PNG tubers, this will be enough. And yes, this does apply to the less expensive version. Instructions unclear, the timelines are merging. Alright, so after you have this timeline up, there's literally one more thing that you have to do. You just have to click this little button and make new timeline. And that's it. That's all I need you to do right now. The beauty of animation is that I drew my Sona spinning around and it was a little wobbly, but it was so funny and cool watching that thing spin. Exactly! Exactly, that's what's fun, is that you don't, like, it doesn't have to be drawn perfect, it just has to be drawn in a way that's fun to you. Oh, I got a hype chest. Can you make that an emote? If you so desire. Awesome. I got a balloon dog. Huge fan of the Garf-esque face. I love drawing the Garfield-esque face. Does he know looking critter? Alright, so I'll make all these go away, and I will pull up our timeline for the sake of staying true to the tutorial. I'm also going to adjust. Just let me know if you guys can see the timeline, because I want to make sure that that's visible. We need that as an emote. I hear and I respect it. The other thing I will say is you guys can't see it, but for your first animation, I would suggest setting your frame rate to 24, because, you know, when you animate, you typically animate in 24 FPS, and your playback time to 24, because that will be the full second. Anything else you don't really need to worry about for right now, but those 2 things can trip you up when you're making animations for the first time, because you could be like, oh, why is my animation playing so slow? Well, it's probably because you're not animating in 24 FPS. And actually, I could show you guys what that screen looks like, so that, hold on. I am going to do that. I'm going to do that really quick, just so that no one is sitting here lost, like, what? So, I'm going to paste this here. What I'm talking about. You see these 2 numbers? These are the 2 you need to worry about. If those both say 24, you're fine. for this tutorial. In the future, I would suggest playing around with this and seeing what you can do, but if you are just starting animation, just make sure they both say 24. That's all. Alright, so I think the easiest thing to start off with, and I am actually going to make this go away, the easiest thing, mine said 30, is it okay to go over? It's okay to go over. I am going to do a demo just for animating a 24 second or 24 frame or like a second long loop, but if you have the ability to do more frames and you would like to do more frames, that's okay. Now if you're doing 30 frames per second, you are going to not see too much of a difference. The only difference is that your timing might be a little off from what we do on stream, and you don't have to do exactly what we're doing, but I'm just going to show you how to animate in a simple way. So when you animate, I may use some of the incorrect terms here, or some incorrect terms here because it's been years. But when you animate, typically speaking, if you were going to do, say, like a bouncing ball, you have something called your keyframes, which are like the main frames of your movement. And currently, I'm drawing these all on the same layer, so let's actually be good and draw them on different layers. And we're going to start with the humble bouncing ball, because this is the easiest thing to show and draw for me right as you guys are starting off. So as you can see, as I make new layers in this Clip Studio document, all I'm doing is in my little layers bar, I am clicking new layer. Those layers are showing up in my timeline down here. And now that that is drawn, the animation is very simple. We're going to make all of these layers disappear for the time being, except for the first one. And if you can see it, do you see how when I hover over the edge of this little frame thing, it gives you the hand and allows you to drag it with those arrows? By dragging the frames, we are determining when this frame is visible. So if we're animating a ball, let's for the first go around, make all of these frames have an even amount of time that they're on the screen. And I might actually have to do these a little shorter just because there's more frames than 4. All right, let's scoot. So I'm gonna do half a frame or half a quarter second. I think that is. Yeah, half a quarter a second. 1/8. There we go. I can do math. I can do fractions. I may need to make this a little shorter than a second for the time being, but just to play it. Also, make sure you turn on your layers visibility, because if you do that and then you don't turn on the layers visibility, they're not going to show up. See, it's very easy to make mistakes, but also very easy to fix them. Yeah, you're going to get kind of an ugly animation. But that's okay, because now you have an animation. If that's your first animation, then that's huge. You've used the program. And that's a start. So, as you can probably see, this is an okay bouncing ball animation, but it could be better. It could be a better bouncing ball animation. And the reason it could be better is that the timing isn't all there. By that I mean, the frame's timing does not really make it seem like the ball is bouncing. It's kind of just like flapping onto the ground and hopping back up again. So what you'll want to do is you will want to make the moments where the ball should be kind of like hanging in the air, you'll want those to be a little longer. And the moments where it should be smacking down onto the ground, you'll want to make those a little shorter. So those are going to be the frames in the middle. Now keep in mind, we haven't changed the art for this at all. We have just moved around the frames. But when we play back the animation again, it's a little better. I would say the only thing that maybe I could do better with this is that the arc of my bounce is a little flat. So that might come in the form of doing a little more art. If you did like a ball here. Could even do it like right there. and it would probably do well. Yeah, because right now it just looks it's like beelining. And then you could even do another one like right at the end here, just as it goes off. And do something like that. Do like 2 frames at the end there. Get that one in more, and like that. All right, and then let's see what that looks like. Yeah, already we're looking a little better, right? It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So timing when it comes to animation is pretty important. Gotta remember those dodgeballs. Yeah, it's like the dodgeballs you see in gym. That's making the gym class rubber dodgeball sound. They always hurt for absolutely no reason. The reason I show all of this off is because I want you to get familiar with the layout of a timeline, and that when you make animations, these little frames here, when you drag them, you are determining when that frame is visible. The other thing you can do, and this is the lazy way to do it, and this will get me yelled at the comments, if you want to see what something looks like without a frame in it, but you don't want to delete that frame, you can hide the frame with a little eyeball, but you can also just drag it out of the timeline, and then when you play it, it's like it's not even there. But that's lazy, so don't do that. To elaborate on my previous reply, 20 FPS is the industry standard for film and television, so working in 24 FPS is the best practice for consistency and ease of use. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to steal any thunder, I really like animation. That's not stealing thunder from here, that's actually a really good point. I didn't want to tell people not to experiment, but I do. That's why I say I think when you start out animating, you should try 24 FPS, just because that's what most people are used to seeing. So if you were to animate in anything else, people might look at it and be like, why does it look weird? And not be able to put their finger on why it doesn't look as appealing. But in the future, after you've gotten some practice under your belt, it is good to experiment with things and see how it looks different when you do different things. Clip Studio Paint's frame layer setup is what really confuses me. Don't worry, Awesome Pika, that is what we are going to get into next. So I'm just going to leave the little ball bouncing, animation to play. Oh, Kylo Cat, hi, thank you for the sub. But we will get into the layer thing next. Also, Puppy John, I don't know. I still haven't figured that out myself. But when I say this is a basic intro, I mean, like, this is truly a basic introduction to animation. Also, I don't be using that. I'll show you what I do instead, but, Sleeper, the sleeper emote? Yeah! Actually, it's funny that you guys say that, because the next thing that we're gonna do is an emote. You guys asked for something like this, so I was like, okay, I will provide. Oh, Critter, there's a button for it on the timeline. Don't want a backseat, but... Chimera, can you show me after stream, and then I'll make another video, then I'll make another animation tutorial and be like, guys, look how sexy and smart I am. I learned how to onion skin, and we'll pretend this didn't happen. How does that sound? Stop, it was literally right there the whole time. Well, I'll play with that later. I'll show you what I've been doing, but maybe I won't show you for the sake of, like... Yes, of course. The angry pause. You just got back from ads? Yes. So this is what we're going to be animating tonight, and I'm going to show you how to group layers together to make animation easier. Because if you want to animate anything than just a simple sketch animation or a black and white animation, you're probably going to want color. And most people do not color on the same layer that they do their line art on. Some people do, like if you're making a painting. But, you know, for this, there's going to be some layers, because it'll be a little easier to move stuff around than it will be to, like, completely draw all on the same layer. So, I love the evil emotes, like, teehee, scratching you, scratching you, scratching you. Yeah, I thought that people would get a kick out of this, so this will be what we're doing tonight. For starters, though, I think I'm going to make this a group, and I'm going to condense it. For the sake of not going insane. Big group. And My reasoning for doing this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I want to show you something awesome. In Clip Studio Paint, you can make frames visible, but you can also make folders visible. By that I mean, if you drag this folder around, now this probably, yeah, this is gonna look weird because there's no animation after that loop. But you can make the frames and folders visible or invisible by just dragging the place where the folder will appear. What's nice about this is, let's say you draw one frame, but you don't time any parts of the frame. Like girl. Why? Okay, there we go. We're gonna do that right now. We're gonna go to frame 1, the first frame, and we're gonna draw all of the parts of frame 1, but we're not gonna time any of the parts. We're gonna keep them all as separate layers. Girl? No, that's my computer. My Clip Studio Paint, I give it gender sometimes, and it's different every single time. So this will probably be just right. This will just be drawing. I probably won't be talking too much for this segment, but we can now waffle not tutorial style. We can talk about niceies things instead. Like, for example, I've had acid reflux for the past 4 days. I am literally a senior citizen, and it's a little embarrassing. I keep waking up and eating just plain toast, drinking water, drinking a probiotic drink, and having a Tums. And then I have ginger ale with lunch, and then I eat a plain egg on rice. I like to read it. I love animation too, but probably good just to not come off as backsheetish. Wait, I want to see what Flemir said. Also, if I may be controversial, onion skin can easily become a crutch, and working without it can really buff your understanding of it, like drawing with ink instead of pencil. Flemir, I actually completely agree, because when I do my animations most of the time, I do not use what I have been using instead of using onion skin, because I didn't know onion skin was an option. And I would say that it has made my animation stronger, because I do keyframes now by just eyeballing it, and then I'll do my in-betweens by like I'll do my in-betweens by using like opacity with layers and stuff, or just like very slightly tiny hair moving things at a time. And I mean, it's been working for me, but I have a lot to learn still, I think. That said, I have been having a ton of fun doing it, so I figured this would be a good like little starting demo. No, that acid reflux, it's been painful. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not eating sugar, period, actually, because that only makes it worse. Also, for reference, we're going to draw all of the guy's head on one layer underneath the paws, because the paws themselves move in a different way and also direction than the head does. The head kind of shakes in the background, and this is both to give the kind of anime look of like the character being mad, but also to give the look of like exertion. Like, the scratching is not something that can be done while the character is still, because if I did it before too, I actually changed it. When Critter was just perfectly still and the paws were moving, it didn't look like they were mad, it kind of just looked like they were dancing. So I was like, we gotta change this. A Homestuck shake. Off topic, it's always so nice to listen to your streams while working college work. Oh, I'm so glad. College can be brutal, so I am glad to provide any respite from it. Question, is there a way to change the numbers at the top of the timeline to make it a little easier to read the timing of the frames? Like having it so that that is a good question. I don't know. And this is one of those instances where I will say, anyone in the chat, if you can answer JPlay's question, please do, because I don't know the answer. That hasn't been bothering to me, but if you do know, please help a guy out or help a J out. Critter voice, what do you mean I can't dance well? Does the Macarena with an angry expression? drew 5-second creature and hit the play button, and now I'm yelling at the screen in excitement because it's moving. I made it. Yes, yes. Oh my god, wait, we have our first success from the chat. Oh, that makes this all worth it. Now if I get any mean comments on YouTube, you just made it all worth it, because the thing is, it doesn't matter. As long as I can help one person try animating who's never animated before, that's all I want. Because it literally, guys, it took me years. I was so scared to animate because every time I asked people for help, they were like, well, you know, you should probably try picking up Toon Boom, or you should maybe try getting like Adobe Flash back when Adobe Flash was alive. I think it still exists now technically, but I don't even really know how I would get my hands on it without paying Adobe money, which I will never do again for every day that I breathe on this earth. Literally reminds me of Edward from FMA so much. I know I said that, but yeah, I love Edward. I love Edward. He's funny. I've never even finished FMA. Toon Boom can be costly. I've never even used the program, and I've seen it, like I watched someone animate in it, and my first thought was, holy crap, I am too stupid for this. And now I'm not stupid. Like I said, we have my pact with Lemmy. I am not stupid. But I do get overwhelmed very easily. So I saw that and ran screaming, and this is for other people like me. If you are scared of things that have a lot going on, and you get overstimulated easy, you are not alone. This world is not kind to you, especially if you want to do things on the computer. So I am going to help you, because I am overstimulated, and I love the computer. I have Adobe Animate without money if you ever want it. I mean, I'm not saying anything but demure. Critter demure. Flip a Clip is great. It's simple and it's cheap, and they also have a free version. I actually have seen Flip a Clip. I know a lot of people did animations like on YouTube in Flip a Clip for a long time, until people started making fun of them for doing it, which is just like, hello? Like, they're like, how else are you supposed to learn to animate? Not everyone has money for big boy programs. But no, I've seen like some really impressive works coming out of Flip a Clip. I just got here. Can anyone tell me how to pull up the timeline in the cheap version of Clip Studio Paint? Yes! Docusaur, come back. Oh no, I deleted my layers. Okay, hold on, wait. How many times can we undo? I love Clip Studio Paint's unlimited undos, because it allows me to undo my stupid mistakes of, you know, deleting the tutorial layers. Alright, okay. Here, to Docusaur. We'll take an intermission to go back, and I'll probably wind up having to doing this a few times. Okay. You go window. You click the window. You go timeline. Right? Following? Now you have a timeline. And then you click that button. That's it. That's all you do. It's literally 4 button clicks. It's amazing. And it took me like 30 minutes, so don't feel bad. OpenTunes is free, and I see people in the industry who use it as well. I still gotta figure out how to use it, but that's another option. That is also one that I was recommended that I got very overwhelmed by. It looks great. It animates great. But I looked at the UI and wanted to start crying. Which is why I animate in Clip Studio. And of course, oh my god, I almost closed it without saving again. See? What I'm telling you guys, I self-sabotage and I don't even need it. Oh wait, I already read that. I'm silly. Free programs with animation capability. Krita, very good. OpenTunes, very capable but more intimidating. Blender, with the grease pencil tool. I see. Post stream. If anyone is curious about learning more animation shortcuts and tips, if you wish to upgrade to EX for more frames, there's this YouTube animator called Derek Snipsnobs that made a Clip Studio Paint. Stop, because silly pocket sucks. I literally think I have that video in my like to watch later, and I started watching it and I was like, well, this guy's like already leaps and bounds ahead of me. I gotta work a little harder for a second. But no, that video, I watched a bit of it and it's great. So if you are satisfied with my tutorial, please go check that one out. I can even try to grab it at the end of stream and ooh, I bet I could link it in the YouTube video. But I'll try and grab it in the end of stream and send it in here for everybody. Also, hello, Drox6 the Hybrid. Welcome in. Your life almost flashed before your eyes? That happens so many times when I'm drawing. I keep doing dumb stuff. Alright, you know what the beautiful thing about Critter facing head-on is? How was your day? Pretty good, actually. Let me see. I was pretty productive today. Voted. I got all of my orders out. I worked on my webcomic. And I got a breakfast sandwich with my boyfriend. So, pretty solid day. I hope everyone else's day is going well too. You're welcome to share in chat about it. Why is my onion skin not showing up? I have it enabled, I'm so confused. Puppy John, like I said, I am unfortunately not qualified to answer that question because I do not use onion skin. But if someone in chat knows, please, you're welcome to respond. Sandwich? Yeah, I got a Dunkin' breakfast sandwich. I get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and he gets a sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant. And then I got the peppermint mocha, frozen peppermint mocha, and he got like the sugar cookie ice latte. Very pleasant night and nice morning. Dunkin' Evil? I love dunks. I'm so glad you also use light mode in Clip Studio Paint. My friends make fun of me for using it. Dark mode just depresses me. I don't know how to say it. I already have seasonal affect disorder. I need light from any source I can get. I keep the lights on in the house at night and like walk around with all of the lights on. I open all of the windows. I don't like when things are like... How did you flip the line art? Awesome. Wait, I get to show you something new. Okay, let's go into undo. Let's go into undo. No, not this, not this. Not you. Okay, new canvas, right? Let's draw one half of the beautiful creature. Okay, I'm gonna move it. You're gonna go edit. So, hold on, I will screenshot each part of this so it's easy to see. Alright. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Okay, couple. I'm being dumb. I'm being goofy. I'm being silly. Okay. And then... Yep. Okay, so what I will say is first, you should duplicate your layer. So you go like layer, duplicate, and you want 2 of them. But after you have 2 of your guys and you are selected on the layer you want to flip, you go edit, then you go to transform, pop that bad boy out, and go to flip horizontal. And what that will do, if you have another guy, is you will be able to... I don't know why that happened like that. You will be able to complete him and have a beautiful full creature without having to draw both sides. Anyway, I hope that helped. I hope that wasn't too slow. Y'all get me dropped animation, so being here now is really funny. Lunar, that's exactly what happened with me too. I stopped animating because I was like, oh, it's too hard, I'm too dumb. Symmetry ruler is evil. I do also use symmetry ruler when I do VTubing stuff so that it's like perfectly symmetrical. But if you're lazy and it doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical, like you're not going to be rigging this in a program, this is the lazy way of doing it. I love lazy ways of doing things. And we can get rid of all of you. Anyway, hopefully that helped. Is symmetry ruler bad? No, symmetry ruler is perfect for some things, but if you don't feel like using it sometimes because like you just want to be lazy or like you have another reason for not wanting to, there's no reason to make yourself use something if it's not faster. I'm super used to the symmetry ruler. I use it. I started using it for VTubing model stuff because again, that needs to be symmetrical. But sometimes it's just snappier for me to like flip over and not have to think. I didn't know you could snap the ruler by pressing shift, so I've spent so long trying to line it up. Well, I just learned something. I didn't know that either. But hey, that's what the stream's for. I learn new things in Clip Studio Paint every day. I think that's actually why I love it, is that I have so many friends that use it, and the learning curve is so much less intimidating than it was on Adobe programs. So every day someone says something and I'm like, well, I didn't know that. Is there a way to move things in Clip Studio Paint in a straight direction? Yes, if you hold Shift, it should do that. You can also just tab with the mouse buttons once you have like the move tool on. But yeah, Shift is the fast way to do it. And I love fast. Also, wait, why am I making this harder on myself? K directions only on Clip Studio Paint. Also, you'll see why I do that with the little paw pad later. It's easier than outlining it and filling it in, especially because I don't usually outline the paw pads when I draw Critter Chibi. It just gets too noisy, like there's too many details. So, what's this song? Let me check. Submission Plaza, check out me channel. If you don't want to create a new layer when flipping, you can transform it normally, and in the tool property settings, there's a keep original image button, and it keeps the original line art with it as you're transforming. Oh, Sourarge, thank you. Thanks again. I just asked the question wrong and got the wrong answer. Oh, it's okay. Check out me channel. Doing my best to follow along with my Samsung tablet. Wish there were more tablet tutorials out there, but alas, it's all for computers. But to be honest, it isn't too hard most of the time to translate it. I was gonna say, part of the reason why I'm actually drawing live on stream too is so that it's a little slower, because I know that not everyone has a computer to work on. I can't say I've ever worked on a tablet before. I think I get too frustrated, and I've always been a computer guy my whole life. Now I've worked on laptops that worked slow as hell. But that said, if there's ever a time in the tutorial where I'm going too fast and people are like, hey, could you repeat that or could you slow down? Please let me know. And also, I'm sure people in chat will let me know if I missed something, and I will go back over something again. We have all night. There's no reason to like rush through this. This is a pretty simple tutorial for me to give at least, because I've done it enough times now making emotes that it's like second nature. But because I learned it recently, it's also fresh in my mind, which is why I wanted to make it. Could try a tablet keyboard combo, perhaps. That's true. There are a lot of like keyboard shortcuts that you miss out on. Alright, so... You know, the other thing we're gonna do... I need my beast. Yeah, is everything okay?
Yeah, I just think he was eating plastic.
Oh no. I was hoping you could show again how you make new layers to go over the sketch ones for line art. Sure, that's actually pretty simple. The only trouble is I would have to move... Alright, this is going to be ugly for a second, hold on. Let me see what this looks like. Damn, it doesn't show it. Okay, hold on. Alright, I'll just screenshot. That also works. We cropped it so that you can't see the like UI stuff in the side, just for like appearances, so it's a little less ugly. The only problem is that sometimes for these demo nights, there's stuff that I want to have to show off. Okay. So on your layers, this button, you just have to make a new layer on top of the sketch layer, and that's it. It's that little plus button. Has Mobile Clip Studio Paint adjusted its UI yet? Remember it being kind of bulky on my iPad? I don't know actually. I'd be curious to know though. Oh, just like normal? Yeah, just like normal. There's nothing you need to do differently between animating or illustrating that I found. I mean, again, people might be yelling at me and like screaming at me in the future, but I animate and it works just the same. So I win. All right, let's grab you. Now I'm going to layer it so that the paw color layers are in between Critter in the background and the paws themselves. My reason for doing that is so that I don't have to erase any of the line art that I have for Critter. I just have to fill in the colors. And then I can move those as collected objects. It'll be much easier. Did you find your art style? It's so silly. I actually don't think I really have one. I can draw a lot of different ways. I can draw this way, but then like, let me see if I can find my mouth washing art. But to answer your question, I draw a lot, and I don't stop drawing things even if I don't know how to draw them, or if I think they don't match my style, because even if they don't match the style that I draw in primarily for... What the... Sorry, I just opened up Twitter. Why does my Leica post have 51 comments under it? Hold on. Sorry, this is like so random. I'm kind of scared. Yeah, but the thing is I can't see any of them. It says 51 comments, but like none of them are visible. Hello? What does that mean? That's scary. Let's see. Private account spamming replies? Maybe. Yeah, the warm-ups one. When I look, I don't see any replies. Bots, I'd assume. That usually means it was botted and the messages still exist but aren't visible to normal users. Okay. Whew. Maybe a little scared there, I will not lie. I was kind of like, what is going on? But yeah, I was going to say 51. That has never happened before. Never in my life. Anyway. Crazy. That's so weird. Sorry, I was going to go get my mouth-washing art, and I was just like, hello? 47 ghosts have murmured something nearly imperceptible. Let me go get the mouth-washing art. Oh no, the playlist ended. Alright. I was gonna say, it's so scary. Anytime I see something like that, I was like, what happened? Oh, also, it was on X, it was not on Tumblr, or Twitter, as it should properly be called. Tumblr botting is not usually caught, honestly. The Tumblr bot's gonna run wild, which I think is so funny, because Tumblr made a bunch of changes to, like, get rid of bots and the bot problem, and it really did not really do anything. And anyway... So the person was asking about art style. This is what I was talking about when I was saying, like, I can draw a bunch of different ways. Like, I could draw a little chibi guy, but I also draw like this, too. It's like, at the end of the day, you don't need to have a style as so much as, like, the more you learn to draw, the more fleshed out, and the more you can decide to draw a certain way because you like it. Gonna chew through whoever... I'm gonna chew on whoever thought 4 ads in this economy is okay. They've been really evil with the ads lately on Twitch. I made an attempt, and people work around the changes. You can't just fix bots. It's an eternal cat and mouse. I understand. This looks so awesome. Thank you. I think so too. I really like the little Anya. It's like one of my favorite things I've drawn. For mouthwashing, that is. I have a lot of favorite things I've drawn otherwise. Swansea, our beloved. I love Swansea. I am like #1 Swansea fan. Oh, I bet it was a line from... Yeah, I see it now. I thought that was a hair on my screen, honestly. Genuinely amazing. What the fuck? I love mouthwashing so much. Thank you. That Anya drawing lives in my head rent-free. I just think she should be allowed to be happy and cute. The way Swansea talks is literally so funny to me. Why that white man used those words? They really do talk like that. Everyone's white dad talks like that, and it's so funny. I think that's why I like him, is he's just like so real to me. I know like 6 guys exactly like that. Practicing very disparate art styles is great because you can break them down and take what you like, then hodgepodge. Exactly. The more ways that you learn to draw, the more deliberate you can be with what your style is, because you won't try to like funnel down to just your style. You'll just pick all of the things that you like with you as you go. Also, sorry, I saw a question. Which Clip Studio Paint version do you use? Do I need the X1 to animate? You do not. You can animate on either version. The only difference is that and I always, sorry, again, I forget which one is which. The less expensive version only gets a second of animation, and the more expensive version gets unlimited. And I will tell you that for months, I animated in the less expensive version, and then only after getting really confident in animation and wanting to try new things, did I move over to the more expensive version. But you can animate very freely in both. And I think that it's a great way to start it out if you don't want to buy like a big expensive animation software, but you do want to kind of like give animation a try and see if it's something you're interested with. Also, I find it actually that the limitations make it a little more palatable. Like, because you can't do these big sweeping like animation projects like a YouTube video. So it kind of forces you to stay small, and I think that that's the best way to learn something new, is to just do something small and bite-sized, rather than trying something huge and burning yourself out. Clip Studio Pro only allows 24 frames, yes. I'm back for another 45 minutes. How's the stream going? Pretty well. We got through most of the demo parts. The next thing that I'm going to cover, and probably like the last part of the tutorial before I just like finish the little emote, is going over how to group things together and time them as folders. Sorry, not layers. Have you ever made any longer animations since switching over? Not yet. I am working on making some animated scenes, and I'm working on making some animated like fan art for things. But I would someday really love to make an animation, like an animated music video or something of the like. And will this be a VOD? Yes, it will be a VOD, and I'm going to post it again. I have a VODs YouTube channel. If you like VODs and you want the VODs posted, just request any of the VODs. Literally, you can do it in stream, and I will make a note. I have a notepad next to me. Anytime someone wants something to be a VOD, I write it down, I write down the date, and I post it to the VODs YouTube channel. And that's so that if you don't like watching things on Twitch, it'll be there for you to watch later. I think the stream is slowly convincing me to get Clip Studio Paint. Salute, everyone, jump on the Clip Studio Paint wagon. It's the best fucking program. It's Peem. I have never regretted this. I have never bought something and felt less buyer's remorse in my life. It was like, why didn't I buy this sooner? Because most things have like a monthly subscription cost. Clip Studio Paint is like a one and done purchase if you want the cheaper version, then it's also a one and done purchase if you just want to upgrade, but they like don't make you pay the full thing if you upgrade from buying the cheaper version at first. Wait for a sale and just buy the perpetual license? Yeah, that's what I did. You don't have to pay the monthly fee either if you want the one-time purchase version. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That is exactly what I did. I waited for a sale and I got the one-time purchase. It's not Adobe. Yeah, that's why it took so long. I thought the upgrade was monthly. It's not. You can buy the upgrade as a single purchase. There's just a like beefier version that they're making, but you can just buy the upgrade as a single purchase. Don't be fooled. Also, you get the discount from upgrading, and the 50% sale will stack with the upgrade discount. That is true. That's what I did. What song is this? Let me check. Oh, they don't have the playlist. Oh, wait, they do. Okay, wait, so 646. Happy Tears Unite Kai. Bite size is the way to go. Studies support that creating a lot of small, maybe shitty things help you improve way faster than making one perfect thing. Yes, guys, think about it like taking quizzes versus studying for one test. Think about when you're in school. When you take one giant exam, do you remember any of the shit that you studied for on that exam? Or do you remember the stuff that you had random little quizzes throughout the course in, and projects, most importantly, not just quizzes, but projects you worked on throughout the course on. Because for me, anytime I got to do something with my hands, I remembered it. But the second that I was expected to like memorize a bunch of information for a test, I memorized it for the test and I forgot it like the next month. Should mention the table version of Clip Studio Paint is monthly. The table version, I don't know what that is. And yes, I did get Clip Studio Paint EX, and it was only like, I think another $75 to upgrade. Tablet version, thank you. That's what I misunderstood. What other benefits does it have despite more animation anyways? More stuff for manga artists and Z-makers? Yeah, basically you get, and honestly the only thing I use it for is animation right now, but I'm excited to explore the other features, and the animation alone has made it worth it. I think the reason why I have bad posture is because my desk is so low. That'll get you. That's the killer. How much is EX without the discounts? If you get EX and you don't have Pro yet, I think it's like $250. I'm spitballing because I can't remember. It's been a little while since I upgraded. Also, I hate to say, but like, we could also just like Google it really quick. Hold on. Let's find this out. Okay, the wholesale purchase for Clip Studio Paint EX is $237 USD. If you just want the baby version, so the Pro version where you get 1 second of animation, it's $54 USD. And that is not a monthly license, that is a one-time purchase. On computer. Apparently on tablet it's different, which is interesting. I'm saying apparently because I do not use a tablet, so I can't verify this information. Okay, wait, this is actually one of the instances where I will use a ruler because I'm lazy, and I don't want to do this twice. I can find my ruler. Oh my god, it was literally right here. No. There we go. There we go. What program do you use for the comic? Clip Studio Paint as well. I use Clip Studio Paint for everything I do. I used to use Photoshop for the comic, and then Photoshop corrupted like multiple pages of the comic that I had to completely redraw, and that is when I divorced Photoshop, because that was not okay. So now I use Clip Studio Paint, and it works like a charm. I have never, like I said, I have not regretted the switch a second of any day. Everything that Photoshop could do, Clip Studio Paint can do it, and it can do it better. Photoshop hates gay people, also artists apparently. It also, like, it literally just hates anything living and breathing and not a computer. It even hates computers, too. Have to hard agree on that one. It literally can. I'm sorry, like, this is one of those, like, hill to die on things. Like, as much as I don't usually fight artists on, like, their choice of program, because I'm not going to be like, oh, you're doing it wrong. I think there's different reasons for people to use different programs. The only reason that I stayed with Photoshop is, like, the way that people stay with, like, an abusive partner, because I didn't think that anything else would take care of me the way that I thought Photoshop was taking care of me, only to go out into the world and realize that, actually, Photoshop sucks, and most art programs are not only easier to use, they're also a lot better. Photoshop will also bring your entire system down, and the thing that I found out that kind of really made me dislike Photoshop recently, more so than I already did, that Forrest explained, is that they have a deal with NVIDIA graphics cards. So they purposely make it so that Photoshop and other Adobe programs don't run well on other graphics cards, so that NVIDIA can sell more graphics cards. It's not actually that they run better, it's literally that they're programmed to be buggy on other ones, which I think is shitty. And you could correct me on that if that is not the case, but that is allegedly what I have been informed. No, yeah, that's why. Sarire real. Also, Ritsu is kind of real because younger brother moment. Coda, I'm saluting you. Sarire was my, like... I say I'm not a yaoi fan. Like, I say I'm not, like, I don't go crazy about shipping. Oh my god, that was my hand. I didn't even crack it on purpose. That was just... I just closed my hand. I'm getting old. Anyway, I don't really, like, get fixated on fictional couple characters anymore because, you know, it's not really why I engage with fiction. The one exception to that was Sarire, I will say. Those 27-year-old... 27... Actually, I think they're, like, 28, 30. They made me crazy. They made me insane. Probably because of the projection of me and my boyfriend. I like how Snapchat supposedly made Android-friendly cameras look worse than Apple on purpose. I didn't know. Allegedly, I heard the CEO of Photoshop said that artists that don't embrace AI won't survive. Stupid as shit. Sorry, I can't stand people that are like going crazy for AI bros. And here's the thing. I think AI is not the boogeyman people make it out to be. I think what the boogeyman is like companies wanting to use artists' work to feed a machine that is supposed to replace them but never really can. Because the thing is, you will run out of works to feed into something. Like, at some point you do need an artist there. AI that just feeds into itself becomes like almost incomprehensible after a certain amount of time. And so it's not that I think that AI being used to steal artists' work is a good thing. It's the opposite of what I'm saying. I think that that's scummy and shitty. But I also think that all these people that are like, oh, artists, count your days, I just kind of look at them and I'm like, you have to have like literally 2 brain cells rubbing together in your head like a sad violin note. Like, there's nothing going on behind your eyes. Then again, that's like that's how I feel about like 90% of capitalist theory, but that's a subject for another day. I mean, and that's the thing. I get why people are upset. I get why people are scared. I'm not going to tell you, no, you're dumb to be scared, because that's not right. I think that it's completely understandable why this would scare people, but I think if you think about it for like 2 seconds, it's not... They're gonna dig a hole for themselves, and then they're gonna like be like, oh fuck, we've dug a hole, and now we have to figure out how to get out of it. I want to see... Wait, sorry. I want to see Bald Critter. It would be very funny. Do you mean without the ears? Also, Pagomon, thank you for the sub. Or for the resub, actually. Presence of a human artist is what prompts the art to have meaning at all. Exactly. Also, the thing that's interesting is, like, it's not even just a human artist, per se. It's just the presence of a human is what prompts art to have meaning. Because, you know, one of my favorite examples of that is like the urinal art piece that like was literally it's part of the Dada movement, where it was deliberately made to not have any meaning or purpose at all, but by being put there with that intention, it was then given purpose and meaning. So unfortunately, it then became art. And so even though that guy didn't craft the urinal, it still pissed people off, so therefore served a purpose as an art piece. Gotta go computer autistic for a second. Microsoft has made... sorry, I want to read what Ethan said. Microsoft has had to make changes to the root of the operating system to keep Adobe software from outright crashing. They see a set of directions that says, this function opens a file, and they go, but if I opened it 5 more times in a row, it means it gets loaded faster and we don't have to keep the file open. And then Windows updates and that doesn't work, and all their software repeatedly crashes to the point where Microsoft has to undo the improvement. That's terrible! The urinal is the best piece of art ever done, to be honest. I love the Dada art movement. That's the thing. That's one of the reasons why a lot of anti-AI art arguments always frustrate me, is because I think if you have spent like 2 seconds in the art world, all of the things that people are using to argue against AI are things that we've already done before. It's not real art. My brother in Christ, I need you to look up degenerate artwork and the like erasure of art throughout art history. 2, all art has to have meaning or else it doesn't have a soul. Please look into the Dada movement. 3, oh, and machines are going to replace us because then fuck it, I don't even know why people say that. The only thing that I'm worried about, again, is not that AI is actually going to substantially replace AI or human artists. It's that because of capitalism, artists are going to face abuse because there are not regulations to protect them. But then, of course, that comes into, like, the regulations to protect artists right now that everyone are proposing are just more copyright laws, and the only thing that copyright laws are going to benefit are corporations who want to copyright the living shit out of you so that no one could draw anything ever. And as much as I love them, love the games they make, Game Freak and Nintendo trying to copyright the concept of throwing a ball at a fictional creature is not a win to me, personally speaking. All art has to have meaning, or else or else to have a soul. Brother, do you have meaning? Be serious. And also, like, literally baby drawing bird because they saw bird has meaning because the meaning is they saw a bird. Like, that's it. That's all the meaning that there is. I think when people try to make all art as if it has to have some rich, enhanced, like, elevated purpose to have been made, or else it doesn't deserve to be made at all, I'm like, you maybe have missed the point of this all a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, what the... Oh, I'm not bringing the layer with it. I'm like, hello? Alright, I'm gonna set this here just so it's a little easier in the future. I seem to have a curse where I'm eating the most delicious food when conversations get really good, deep, philosophical, so I have to go on munching so I can type and add to the conversation. No, it's okay. It is kind of funny it happens that way. I gave up on defining art. Congratulations, you've defined art. That's the thing. There's no real definition that anyone can agree on, and so it's better to just have art be an experience. Because here's the other thing. What is and isn't art? Is architecture art? I would say architecture's art. Is cooking art? I would say cooking is art. Is dance art? I would say dance is also art. But then where does one draw the line at what is and isn't art? There's so many different acts of creation that you could consider to be art, and I personally consider to be art, but then it gets super hairy about what is and isn't. Art can sometimes be, you just saw two street signs that had collapsed and leaned into each other, and you took a picture of it on your phone and said, that looked cool. That is now art. Was there purpose there, or was the purpose just you thought it went, oh, that looks neat? Breathing is art. See that I almost would disagree with, but then I'm thinking of like all of the methods of like breath control and like meditation that are used in different like societies, and I'm like, you probably could make an argument that like there are forms of breathing that are art forms. Art is what we call art. I mean, yeah, I would say that art is like the observation of something and deciding that it is art. The observation, and I was going to say, observation could also mean the creation of it. Especially going back into prehistoric art, it's really interesting. I love prehistoric art. I also love that the oldest piece of art made by a human being is a furry. And every time I see that, I like watch the light fade from people's eyes, and I'm just like, yeah, brother, you got that, art historian. Congratulations. Anyway, let's get back to the tutorial really quick. There was an art piece where a musician's breath was immortalized in a bag that feeds into itself. So yes, breath can be art. That is cool as shit. I did not know that. There's a really funny VOD yesterday from Holotones called A Discussion of Video Games as Art. I touched on some of this art discussion while reading a really awful Wikipedia page. I think I have that into my to watch later. Okay, but wait. Putting a pause on the philosophical question or conversation. Putting a pause on the philosophical conversation for now to get into the animation demo once more, because now that this frame is done, there's an important next step we must take. So, as you can see on this timeline, we have all of these little individual layers that are all part of this frame, which is frame 1. So you may be wondering, oh, this seems so tedious, I now have to go back and edit every single one of these frames so they're on the right frame. Stop! You do not need to do that. What you must do is go into your layers section over on the right side of your screen, which is where I keep mine. You can't see mine right now, but it's basically where you keep all your normal layers normally. Make a folder. Grab all of your frame 1 layers and puts them into this folder, and then type, so you don't hate yourself, frame 1. Now go into the animation timeline and collapse frame 1. There you go. Now you can time this. That is a frame. You do not need to time every single individual layer. You just need to time the folders. That's it. And the thing is, if you expand this timeline, if you like drag this out and you were to make this like a whole second, and you pop this open, you can see all of these stop at where the timeline originally stopped. However, I think this is what you have to do. Yeah, okay. If you just do the extension normally, you'd be like, oh wait, it did work that time. Never mind, I'm stupid. Alright. Okay, well if you extend the folder, it's going to extend everything in there too. So that's all I had to share, is that you could time your layers, and it will love you. Why did you rotate? Why are we spinning? Not stupid, sorry, I have to stop doing that. No calling yourself stupid. Sorry, I'm sorry. Anyway. Remember the pact with Lemmy, you're right, you're so right. Actually, I don't even think I need it to be this long. Hold on. Oh yeah, it doesn't even need to be that long. Okay, so we're gonna go back to see what frame 1 is. It literally looks like each frame is kind of its own thing. Alright, cool. I think this is the main reason I was scared of Clip Studio Animation. This kind of fixes everything. Yes! That's why I wanted to do this, because I'm like, I remember I was so scared. You don't need to be afraid. It's not scary. I promise. I promise. Okay, so here's the next thing. This animation is very simple. It's like almost criminally so. I'm gonna merge together the objects. So the paws are 1 layer, and also so critter is 1 layer. Like, so all of like critter in the background is 1 layer. Make sure to feed your cat 532 times today. This is not your cat saying this. Thank you. I think I did it all wrong because my folders act as my layers and my layers act as my frames. I'm not going to say that's wrong, but I will say you're making things a lot harder for yourself. And I did the same thing, so don't feel bad. I just learned that it wasn't as efficient. Angel reaching down, I was in your shoes once, but we can fly together. Literally, that is what the stream is meant to be. So, let me go to the next frame. I think I move... Yeah, okay. So I move critter around in 2 frames. And when I say in 2 frames, I mean every 2 frames, critter in the background changes positions. And it gives them this, like, oh, that's painful, don't do that. It gives them this, like, shaking effect, whereas the paws move every single frame. Because there's 6 frames, so it goes... Oh, there's 1 frame there's still. Okay. So we probably will need to... Or maybe not. Yeah, this is 2 frames. Okay, I see what I did here. So these 2 switch, and then there's like a little smear frame as it changes. Alright, I get it. How did you get the folders and layers to be normal? I did not time the layers individually. Before I put them in the folder, I timed the folder. Oh, thank you for the posture check, too. Would duplicating a layer still be okay, then transforming it to what you need to change? Yes, but what I'm going to say to Nothlit, it would actually be better to duplicate your folder. So, as you can see, this is now layer 1. So I would actually duplicate... this is frame 1. I would duplicate frame 1 and make it frame 2. I don't know why it stopped typing. There we go. I would make it frame 2, so that when you go into doing frame 2, all you really have to do, especially for an animation like this that's super simple, is move around the parts of the animation that you want to move. I'm so lost, good lord. We can always go back, too. We can always go back. I'm just going to finish up this animation, then maybe I will start again with another one. This song slaps? It does. Like, I'll do a review segment. so I'm going to move this down just a hair. Now, something important that I want you to see here. When I animate, and I'm going to make the sketch go away so it's not distracting you. There is not very much movement between these two frames, but you need that little tiny smear frame, or like that little tiny, like, not much movement frame. And the reason for that is because if you were to just have the two keyframes of the paws going up and down, that'd be good. Like, it would tell you that something's happening, but the eye is not going to perceive it as movement, it's just going to perceive it as 2 frames. I don't know entirely why, but when you use 4 frames with one little itty bitty frame in between it, the eyeball sees that and goes, that is good. That is movement. For short and simple animations, this works very well, but if you're doing a longer animation, using the actual animation folders is more efficient, different. I was going to say, this is literally just for emotes. I am still learning animation myself, but if you just want to animate like emotes or like PNG tubers, this is what I've been doing. If I try animate a critter like this, where would I be able to show it? Meow Cowley, if you would like, I checked the Fanyart tag, which is literally spelled... Hold on one sec. Like this. Me writing sideways and it's so ugly and illegible. Okay, I spell it like this. If you put anything in the Fanyart tag of Blue Sky, Twitter, or Tumblr, I check that basically every day. Ping tubers. Is that what the closed caption said? Anyway, I think now... Wait, actually, wait, I'm so cracked. I'm like so insane. What if I just... Hold on. I have an idea. I'm wondering if it'll work. Because in the original thing, I just drew the paws again. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, why would I do that? When I could just do this. Yeah, it's literally the same thing. What the hell was I doing? Why would I draw that twice? Why work harder? It's gonna do the exact same movement. And now I've only had to make 2 frames. And then you just do it again. And you move that. And now it's scratching. It's that easy. No, I've just been playing so much web fishing, I got ping brain. Oh, that's kind of funny. Damn it, web fishing going from level 14 to 34! Holy shit. Alright, so now the next part of this is that I did have them moving around. Okay, so I will mess up my layers a little bit. I'm going to delete critter from these layers, and I have a reason for this. And the reason is, it will just be easier. It will literally just be easier, because they're already drawn and they're flattened anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, I didn't mean to delete that one. Get out of there! Okay. Now... hydrate and posture check. I'm actually all out of water. Thank you for the hydrate. Just seeing that there's some things in here that are really yucky anyway, so it's okay. It's okay that I flattened it, because it's now easier. It's that easy. It's conservation of effort. That's literally 90% of animation I've found so far. It's just like, if there's an easier way to do it that doesn't mess up your rhythm later in the process, who's stopping you? You're not, and the thing is, this doesn't work if you're like in an industry, like you're trying to work with other people. But if you're just making an emote for your Twitch channel, like, there's no reason you have to like torment yourself. Let's move you over too. See how you shake. Awesome. Attacking, killing, violence. And that's it. That's how you make an animated emote. Now, the only other thing that I sometimes do when I do these, and this might be difficult. Actually, no, it won't. No, it won't. Wait. Maybe it will be difficult. Hold on. This is where I might just need to make them like individual layers. Playing around with your layers. Okay, so this one is going to be the same for the first few frames, so I don't even need to do that. Hey, hello, Nitbegin. Critter learned Fury Swipes, literally. Sorry, the only thing I want to do is have like an outline around this. So this is the first frame. Really, we can merge these together now. Like, this is fine. Oh, guys, just passing by to say goodnight, CS2. Oh, goodnight, no worries. Wait, Arthur, guess what? I could say goodnight too. Hee. Alright. Also, the reason that I do this with my animations, like do this little outline, is because when you do thicker outlines on the outside of emotes, it just makes them like stand out more, especially when you're in, because if you're in Twitch light mode and you have a light colored character, it'll help them stand out. But if you're, yeah, EP creature, I made that the other day. I really think it's cute. But anyway, if you're in Twitch light mode, it helps it stand out because it gives some a bit of a background. But if you're in Twitch dark mode, it helps it stand out because it separates the light borders from the rest of the animation. Okay, yeah. So this is where we're gonna need actually 2 frames of Critter. Have we always had Eeper this emote the stream? Curse not being here until an hour ago. We had, but I only showed I used it once at the beginning of the stream, and I don't think anyone even saw because everyone was doing tide pool redeems. So you didn't do anything wrong, I promise. All right, so these are also going to need to get separated, but that is okay. So what we're going to do, we're just going to make it. We're going to put them all together. We're going to make them their own layer. Oh my god, this is playlist N2? Damn, we're just flying through playlists tonight. I saw, but I don't think I realized it was new somehow. Oh, no worries. Usually for these demo nights, I don't do like music. I actually realized that might have been a mistake because how's the music volume been tonight? Like, has it been loud or has it been like kind of chill? Because I really wanted to make sure it was easier for Andy to edit down the line. But I forgot. I started listening to music because I like having background noise. Playlist over. Time to for 10-hour Miku Fiesta. Either that or I'm So Oni.
You needed water, right?
Yeah, thank you. I didn't even realize you were listening.
I was in the shower, so I couldn't do it right away.
I understand. I appreciate it. Actually, could I have eggnog? If I can be baby, if I can be babied, if I can be needy.
I'm not just getting you eggnog.
You don't no water and eggnog. That's like God's. That would be like invoking the Pharaoh's curse to just have eggnog. Volume's good? Okay, good. Nog pilled. I love eggnog. I love eggnog, but eggnog does not love me back, is something I've learned. Thank you for thinking about light mode users. Of course, I am a light mode user myself, which everyone thinks I'm insane for, but sorry, like I said, if I have seasonal affect disorder. If I don't keep the lights on, if I don't keep things light, I get sad.
Do you want just the eggnog bottle or a glass?
Would you lose respect for me if I set the entire eggnog bottle?
I think there's not. It's not like it's a whole thing.
Have you tried non-dairy eggnog? I have. It's not the same. I'm sorry. I don't want to be picky, but I guess I like that it hurts a little bit.
Oh wait, it is the whole thing. Yes, I would judge you. Hang on.
Coming back after a while, how's it coming along? Pretty well. Right now, I am just putting a little outline around the emote so that it is clear on all platforms, like not just on like dark mode. And also, I find that putting outlines around emotes just gives them like a more stickery feeling. I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like it feels like more official this way. It's because it's not timed. I was wondering what was happening. Okay, perfect.
This literally tastes like melted vanilla ice cream.
What, the eggnog?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's... I don't know. I like the recipe that I made for Christmas last year. That was the like coconut milk and
Oh,
stuff.
this does taste like melted vanilla ice cream. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's not like a typical eggnog recipe, but it's not bad.
I can literally go get you cinnamon if you want.
Actually, yeah, that's exactly what it needs. Thank you. I feel like I've watched your art style grow so much. Yeah, I was... Well, okay, so what I will say is Calyptromoss is the one that did the shock emote. Or sorry, Calyptromoss did the 4-leaf what? I did the shock emote, but I love Calyptra's rendition of the what. I was like, I have to use that one. That one's better than anything I've ever made. Of my little beast. What is this? Oh, it's the sketch. I was wondering what that layer was. Well, we don't need you anymore. Yeah, Lil Baby is kind of... I need to fix Lil Baby. Lil Baby looks scary now that I've seen it. It's one of my favorites. It's just so funny. It's like, that's... I literally make that face regularly. Okay, but that emote nails your current style. The colors are so much livelier now. Oh, I completely agree. I think that's actually what made me realize is, like, putting Calyptra's next to mine, I was like, I want Critter to be brighter. Lil Baby is a little scary. It's just the eyes. It literally is Blue Eyes White Baby. It's like, we need to fix it. What if we did that?
Nice. I like Little Baby.
Well, do you like how Lil Baby looks, or do you just like, do you just like...
It does taste better with cinnamon.
Oh, okay, nice. I'll redraw Lil Baby so you have Lil Baby, so that you don't lose it, because I know you like it as an emote, but it is a little bit scary.
I like
You like Lil Baby as it is?
Yeah. I think you captured the way that little poodles are somewhat unnerving. So
It is better with cinnamon, you're right. Wait, come back. You can lay down in here so I can talk to you. Okay, bye. Ugh, my headphones are glitching out. It looks like a Fisher-Price toy! Actually, yeah, it does. If Lil Baby dies, I die. This may cause mutiny. Like I said, I won't kill it. I would just redraw it. Like I would literally do the exact same pose and everything. I just wouldn't make it like look like Blue Eyes White Baby. All right, let's see. We need to deselect. Let's see your playback. Oh yeah, now that's an emote. Now that is an emote. What are we talking about again? If you see the emote that people are using in chat, it's called Lil Baby, and it's an emote I made like a few months ago now, and it's starting to scare me because the art style is a little older compared to some of the other things I've drawn. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good. killing you, killing you, killing you, killing you. The only thing I could think that could make this more clear that it's like scratch attacking is if the scratches would like glow a little bit. But that would take a lot of work. I don't feel like it. I'm not doing that. This communicates exactly what I was trying to get. Alright, so now you just gotta export as a GIF. A GIF. How many frames is this in total? Pretty sure it's 6 frames, but I will check just to not lie to you. It is... Okay, so the entire time lapse is 6 frames, but frame 1 and 2 are exactly the same, whereas frames 3, 4, 5, and 6 all change, and that's because the creature shakes when it scratches. Coquito. I made Coquito instead of eggnog. Yes, you did do that. I didn't mind the Coquito. Also, I can give him to you now. I was literally running for my life to mute this tab before it started playing, like, another Twitch channel out loud. And I swallowed really hard because I was frightened. I'm gonna try and make Oreo Coquito this year. That actually sounds really good. Do you have a favorite video game? So Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky is my favorite video game. However, I would say if I cannot choose that, and I can't choose a Pokemon game, my favorite game is probably Hollow Knight, and I say that because I played it so much. And I think the story's good. There are other games, like, I love Undertale, I love Deltarune, but, like, you know, you play those and they're, like, one and done. They're phenomenal games and they have replayability, but in terms of games I play that I'm like, oh, I actually really like this game, I would say it's probably Hollow Knight. Now, here's the only thing I'm seeing about this emote, is that it's not entirely clear. No, it shakes enough. It shakes enough. I will... it looks really funny. Sorry, it looks really funny from this view. I'm gonna upload it so you guys have it. Hollow Knight is so based. It's just a phenomenal game. It's a great game. There's so much to do. The animation's beautiful. Also, hopefully... The good eggnog is just really thick. I prefer thick eggnog. Oh my god, wait, you guys didn't tell me my PNG tuber hasn't been drawing this whole time. Guys, I've been naked. I wasn't working. Also, I'm like, you can like see the bottom of my... This is so embarrassing. I'm out of form. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, it looks really good. It looks really good. I was a little worried for a second that the shaking wasn't obvious enough, but now I'm like, no, this is perfect. We finally have a violent emote. We finally have an attacking and killing emote.